I never thought one small invitation to a conference would change my life. I just wanted to escape my routine, hear something new, see people, breathe in the air of possibility. I was sitting in a large hall that smelled like coffee and quiet excitement when my eyes caught a girl by the registration desk. Her name was Emma. She had that rare look, warm, attentive, as if she could hear even your silence. She smiled when I approached and said softly, "I think we're in the same communication session." I nodded, feeling something strange flicker inside my chest. From that moment, I stopped listening to the speaker. My whole attention was drawn to her, the way she leaned on her hand, writing every word carefully into her notebook. After the conference, she came up to me first. "You looked like you wanted to say something," Emma said. "I just didn't expect to meet someone who smiles for real." She laughed, that kind of laugh that makes everything lighter. We went for coffee, then dinner with the other participants, and somehow the night ended with just the two of us. We talked about everything, about fear, about dreams, about what it means to be yourself in a world that keeps asking you to pretend. And then Elena appeared. She was one of the conference organizers, confident, calm, with that quiet charm that didn't need effort. Her voice carried the kind of certainty that only comes from surviving storms. From the first moment, I knew there was something unspoken between her and Emma. Not romance, exactly, but something deep, as if they had both once walked through the same fire. The three of us ended up in a small bar after the closing session. It was raining outside, soft music playing in the background, and Elena said, "Let's not say goodbye so soon. I have a house outside the city. Quiet. Peaceful. We could just breathe." I didn't know why I agreed. Maybe because I didn't want to lose them. Maybe because being with them felt like belonging for the first time. Elena's house looked like a dream. Wooden walls, a fireplace, the smell of pine, and a terrace overlooking a lake. We took off our shoes, lit candles, played soft music. Everything was simple, and yet filled with a tension you could feel in your skin. Emma brought a bottle of wine, and we sat by the fire. The conversation became softer, deeper, as if each of us was slowly revealing the part of ourselves we had hidden for years. "I've been afraid of love for so long," Emma said, staring into the fire. "Afraid it would ruin everything I've built." "Love doesn't ruin," I whispered. "It just makes the cracks visible." She turned to me, her eyes searching, and her fingers brushed mine. That small touch sent a wave through me so strong I almost forgot to breathe. Then Elena said quietly, "Maybe we should stop being afraid. Just for one night." Silence filled the room, heavy, meaningful, beautiful. Later, when night covered the house, Elena suggested turning on the jacuzzi on the terrace. The air was cool, steam rising like smoke from a dream. The three of us slipped into the warm water, the world melting away around us. All that remained was the glow of the candles, the sound of water, and their eyes. Honest, gentle, alive. Emma leaned closer and whispered, "You know, I don't remember the last time I felt this alive." "Maybe it's the first time you're not pretending," I said softly. She looked at me, searching for permission, and I nodded. Our lips met, not with hunger or haste, but with quiet certainty. Like two waves finally finding the same shore. Elena moved closer, her hand brushed my cheek, and in that moment, everything felt right. Not wild, not forbidden, just real. We stayed there for hours, talking, laughing, sometimes falling silent, not out of awkwardness, but peace. For the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid of what I felt. When morning came, sunlight spilled through the window. Emma was next to me, asleep. Elena was in the kitchen, humming while making coffee. I watched them and realized that happiness wasn't fireworks or chaos. It was this calm, quiet certainty that I was exactly where I belonged. We never tried to label what we were. We didn't call it a relationship or make promises. We just existed freely, honestly. We spent days walking in the forest, taking pictures, laughing, singing by the fire. Sometimes I wondered if it was all a dream. But every time Emma held my hand and Elena looked at us with that soft, knowing smile, I understood. It wasn't a dream. It was life, finally unfiltered. Time passed. We didn't always stay together, but the bond between us never faded. We became something like a chosen family, where love wasn't about ownership, but acceptance. Even now, when I close my eyes, I see that night, the steam, the candles, the laughter that became the start of something new. I realize that the most important encounters happen not when we search for love, but when we finally allow ourselves to feel alive. Emma, Elena, and I, 3 different souls, 3 different stories, but one silence where we found ourselves. And maybe that's what real love is.